My name's Duncan Nelless. I farm at Thistleyhaugh and Healy in the Coquet Valley with my brother Angus. The sheep system is high health status enclosed flock. We've been enclosed since 2003. The ewes are pretty much all pure clins, all performance recorded, so MV accredited, and we've been running them without concentrates since 2012. They're pasture for life certified, as are the cattle. The bottom 25% of the sheep flock go to the RamCompare project, which is a commercial progeny test for terminal sires run through HDB, QMS and HCC, and we've been doing that since its inception 6 years ago. Our main focus on fat lamb production is we want an early finish. We want to generate cash flow early in the season. We want to take advantage of early lamb growth and hopefully an early market. So we're lambing from about the 20th of March. We're terminal cross lambs, and then we are trying to get as many of those lambs finished off their mums before we wean as we can. So we're looking at somewhere around averaging about 100 days to slaughter. Our main focus for a terminal ram is early growth. 8-week growth. Scan weight is a good EBV for us to look for because it's a relationship to early growth, and we want a lamb that's going to be in finished condition at somewhere around sort of 10 to 14 weeks. So although with putting them on the clean ewes, we aren't looking for positive fat in lambs. In rams, we're not also looking for a particularly lean animal, so we do want a quick finish. Muscle depth is important. It brings early weight and a killer now percentage. Because we're part of the project, we have to take a variation of lambs and breeds. So within that, we'll probably have a variation in muscle depths as well. But muscle depth is a very important EBV, obviously. The RamCompare project is a commercial progeny test for terminal sires. The idea is to relate performance recording through to slaughter to give an economic feedback on the use of EBVs, and also to generate a single EBV across all main terminal sires. We get terminal rams sent to us, selected for us in the top, most of them are in the top 10% of the breed. We single sire, or we can multi-sire mate, but obviously there have to be different breeds that we can identify at birth. The ewes are condition scored at mating, scanning, 8-week weight and weaning. The lambing data, we record lambing assists, birth weight, litter size, breed and sex. And then we are recording an 8-week birth weight and either scan weight or slaughter live weight before they go away. So there's quite a bit of data collection to go in. Slaughter data, it follows all the way through to data coming back from the abattoir. We've used a number of breeds. I'll give them a chance to list them. We've used some of what you'd say the most populous terminal sire breeds. So that's Charolais, Suffolks, Texels, Hampshire Downs, but we've also some of the other breeds we've used. We've used Oxford Downs, South Downs, Suftex, Meat Links, Shropshire at the minute. There has been standout individual animals, but I think one of the interesting thing is how little it could be allocated to breed and more to the individual performance and EBV of the animals themselves. So what we found for our 2021 year, that the highs and lows, there was a variation of 1/3 of a kilo between the top 3 and the bottom 3 of the rams, close to £2 value, and also a positive variation in spec. And most of this was borne out by the EBVs that came with the rams. On other farms, there has been a £3 to £4 difference in some of the variation. We're selecting differently. We're going for a very early, like an early lamb crop, so the variation on our place probably isn't as high as it possibly could be. So that there is a variation in the days to quite a variation in the days to slaughter. Our top ram last year, the days to slaughter was 103 days against an average of I think 108, and the bottom end were averaging 118 days, which is still okay. But that kind of variation of a 15 days to slaughter, if you multiply it over the number of lambs we're sending, can be quite a significant amount of live weight still on the farm for for sheep days. We find that the reduction of the days to slaughter gives us a real chance to almost double crop some of the really high performing grassland that we can access. So we're able to move those lambs on, and the ewes come away from it, and we have also sort of more marginal ground that we can run that suits a dry stock well, and we're able to take in our main crop onto this better grazing. Having lambs off the ground early also allows us to maintain a ewe base, a higher ewe base, higher numbers in our ewe base, and hopefully give us a chance to get further into a winter and maintain a concentrate and grazing based system with a little bit more ease. I think what the project's done for us so if we come away from it and we start selecting for rams, I think it has given us a little bit less of a breed focus and more of a perception of selecting on specific traits that suit our place. So I'll be looking at EBVs sort of more as days to slaughter and probably muscle depth and things like that will be an important part of the selection process. The values of EBVs in terminal rams are fairly stark, I'd say. I mean, they're pretty obvious because of terminal traits we're selecting for are very heritable. It's a really easy win for commercial farmers. Growth, muscle depth, fat, days to slaughter, things like that are very heritable traits. So we're being given this information for free through EBVs. So we should use them. And although I say it's for free, we're paying for it through levy. So it's an obvious selection criteria, I would have said.